Hi, this is Shamrondi from Providence Life Design. This video is geared towards installers and people that are in the trade for like renovations, tile people, and that type of thing. This conversation comes up quite steady because people have been probing me about the kind of content that I would put out, how I would help people, how I've helped my contractors in the past. And one thing that even in just random conversations that I would have with other professionals in my industry, the thought that we have to think about when we are working with an individual that we feel cannot physically manage the kind of work that needs to be done. Now, installing work, whether it's floors, it's tile, whether they're in masonry, anything like that, it is very hard on the human body. Something that I noticed, I went to a sports event, and I noticed that I literally can see the old injuries that some people have and that they're walking around with, right? And it made me think about how important sports therapy, rehabilitation is, exercising. Those kind of things are so important. I think about it too, right? Like I exercise, probably not as much as I want to. I think in a perfect world I would be like exercising twice a day or something like that. 5 days a week. But it doesn't always happen that way. But I do get a little exercise in. Definitely get a workout in. And it just does me the world of good. My mind, clears my mind. Sometimes I don't take a phone call. I don't look at an email. I am not on social media, especially when I know, okay, this morning I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go get myself a little workout. I may then get leaks of whatever is happening on social media and whatever is going on. Once I get to the gym, they have TVs playing. I'm looking for my programming online for me to watch while I am, exercise if I'm using a cardio machine or something like that. And we have to think about our care, our wellness, our care. There's been times where I've worked out of the brick and mortar where I was, and they could have possibly come in to get specifications on building materials, right? And in the end, they left with a list. I've given them a list of things that they need to get. So I want to share that kind of information in this video. So this video, please share this video, is for people that are in any kind of work. They could be somebody that does landscaping, masonry, flooring, tile guys, drywall guys that hang drywall, guys that are, putting up any kind of work related to surrounding houses and maintenance and construction, renovation, upkeep of houses. That's what this video is for. So anyone that that is in that industry, please send it over. I think the only person that does not need this video is probably like a realtor, right? Because the realtors, they're getting the miles in. I hope some of them are walking around with their little Fitbit or cell phone or Apple Watch, whatever contraption we're doing right now in 2020. That they're tracking their miles and just, seeing what it is that they're supposed to be doing. First and foremost, if you're like a close friend of mine or somebody that I've spoken to, or you told me about an ailment you have, I have said this to you. You need to start your day with an ample amount of water. Room temperature, ideally. I think it's best for you to have it by your bedside. Don't leave it to chance that at some point you're going to run into it when you eventually mosey yourself to the kitchen. Because some of us, our mornings are so hectic and stress-filled that we're in the bed, we're on the cell phone, we're on social media, we're jumping up running to the gym, or we're jumping up and getting dressed and we're leaving. I have ran into individuals where it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it's like, did you have a drink of water for the day? There are people, people, it might be you, where it is lunchtime, after lunchtime, 1 o'clock, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and you have not had 2 glasses of water yet for the day. That is no good. That is no good. That leads to other things. When you see those guys, those industry professionals and they have this huge tummy in front of them. That is where that stuff comes from. A lot of it. Not everybody. I'm not a medical doctor, but you have to think about, what does my job entail? I'm kneeling, I'm bending down, I'm lifting. Am I lifting correctly? Am I using my legs? Did I drink water for the day? Did I have a bowel movement for the day? I personally think everyone needs to have a squatty potty in their house. A squatty potty is a stool that you place in front of your toilet. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it anywhere, guys. Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, any of those kind of places. You could get it on Amazon, online. You can go directly and look up that brand itself. But there's other ones. It's not necessarily that particular one. I'm just using the brand name for it, right? Like Pampers and diapers. But, you know, a toilet stool is really important. That is going to completely align your insides so that when you go to the bathroom, you are giving your body the opportunity to release everything that doesn't need to be there. So start your day with a large amount of water. I'm going to give you a number. Like, if you know, like the little water bottles that we're all drinking out of. I mean, if you're still drinking out of plastic water bottles all day long, every day. You want to have, if you're a grown man, you're over 150 pounds, you should be having like 2 of those minimum. 3 of them. If you're a really big guy, like if you're one of the NFL guys, you know, that I know, you should probably be having like 3, 4 of those first thing in the morning. Put them next to the bed. Get yourself a large water container, something that can hold more than 32 ounces of water. Room temperature. As soon as you open your eyes, you wake up and you start to contemplate, get your mind together. I don't know if you do stretches in your bed, if you just kind of like, you know, wait for the alarm to go off. Whatever your morning routine is, it needs to include you consuming a large amount of drinking water first thing in the morning. I recommend that you have spring water. Then they're doing all the other stuff as well. I know somebody, if you know that you want to get the very special water, I know somebody that can sell you that machine. These machines are amazing. I've had that water. It's like your body's like absorbing it. It goes in your mouth, and it's like every mucous membrane in your body is sucking that moisture in. If you know that you are behind on getting your water intake, there's been some kind of constipation, there's been some kind of irritability, little side cramps, whatever the case may be, you want to, on the fly, go and drink some children's Pedialyte. Okay, if you can control it, you know you can go and obtain it. Get yourself some good organic coconut water. If you're in the beautiful Miami, there are coconut vendors in many places in Miami. Have him bust open 2 coconuts for you, and you drink that, right? When I was pregnant, I remember when I was back home in my country, I would go to the market with my little jug, a jug, and I would go to the market and I would buy, sometimes it's 7, 8, 9 coconuts that would fill my jug, and I would get my jug filled. So hydration, making sure that you're expelling your bowels properly. If you do this water regimen that I'm speaking about, first thing in the morning, if you want to diet, you want to add a little bit of apple vinegar water or lemon, whatever it is, cinnamon, turmeric, whatever. You do what you want to do, right? But I'm saying at the very minimum, and you're doing this water routine first thing in the morning, and you're an early riser, I promise you, you're not going to have anything in your system that doesn't need to be in your system after you leave your house for the day. You're going to leave your house ready for the day, okay? Make sure that you're eating fruits and vegetables as often as possible. Diet is important. Can't be drinking these diet sodas. That's no good, okay? So squatty potty, water regimen first thing in the morning. Then there's other things that you can do, like dry brushing for your skin to make sure that your lymphatic system and all of that's happening. I personally use organic coconut oil all over my body. I cook with it. That's what I use. The one that says unrefined. I use it. I consume. If I remember, I'll do my oil pulling with it. That doesn't sound familiar to you? Then you go on YouTube and you look that up, right? So this is all information. There's these little keywords that you can go in and find. But I want you to operate at your best, because then when you operate at your best and you are feeling healthy, You are making better choices. No one is coercing you to go shopping and doing work that does not apply to the high value individual you are. If you're an installer, you shouldn't be in the store searching for stuff and sending pictures and do you like this and sending pictures. That's no good. That means your time is not being utilized properly. You understand? You want to make sure that you empower your prospective client, the homeowner, to be able to do what they need to do and tell them what you need. Be upfront. When you start changing these small little changes that I'm talking about, I didn't give you a big homework assignment. I said clearly for you to drink an ample amount of water in the morning, room temperature, not refrigerated, for you to get yourself a toilet stool, right? And then the end is like, be sensible of what it is that you're intaking throughout the day. So basically, I gave you 2 pieces of instruction, and it is going to change your life. It is going to change your life. It is going to improve the way that you conduct business. You're going to allow yourself to be seen in a better light. You're not going to want to be doing illegal things and trying to cut corners and all of that. You're going to have patience. You're going to realize that you are not going to be short-tempered as it gets later in the day. Because once you start with this practice that I'm speaking about, you're going to realize like, wait a minute, it's lunchtime. I'm going to have lunch. Maybe I should have water instead of a diet soda with my meal. These little small changes are going to help you and you are going to feel better. Exercise. I highly recommend exercise, depending on whatever your job is. I mean, if you're an architect or a realtor or something like that, and you're clocking a lot of miles when the day comes, you can probably not have to do cardio every day or regularly. You can just get right in the gym and just do your weight training. You understand what I mean? Because your body is going to be nice and warmed up. Or you are going to get that good flow going where you're going to want to, do something that's physically active. Once you're in those kind of capacities and you're not just sitting down just drawing a cat all day and you're putting your body through that kind of stress, you will be more mindful about how this machine is working. Because it's going to affect how you relate to everyone else around you. You're going to be able to communicate and love and not necessarily crying out for help all the time. It's going to be a better experience for you, okay? The way that you relate to your laborers, people that are helping you. You are just going to be able to think so much clearer. You're even gonna rethink, like, should I have this? Should I have this particular treat today? Because I saw how I emptied out my system earlier today and I don't want that stuff stuck in my system. You got to remember that your colon, the length of your intestinal tract is as long, it's in your stomach, and it's as long as your height. If you're a tall man, you're 6 feet, you probably got 6 feet of that going on in your stomach. Things can easily get lodged. That's where the gas comes in. That's where your stomach becomes super bloated, where it's not just a layer of fat on your stomach. That's where it is just like you are just impacted in your stomach. You know what I mean? I know someone that's dealing with like chronic constipation, and for some reason they do not want to take on the practice of drinking a large amount of water first thing in the morning every day. So what can you say? I've given you some advice. You're waiting till they give you colace at the hospital, okay, to make this all happen for you. Start small. Let it be a 3-day process. Give yourself 3 mornings. 3 mornings, I'm going to use this large amount of water. I'm going to replace my lunchtime drink with some water and go from there and make a conscious decision about what you want your juice intake to be later on in the day, where it's going to be something more nutritional. Maybe it's going to be a V8. Maybe it's going to be raw cranberry juice. Listen, that stuff that Ocean whoever is selling, that's not real cranberry juice. That is a drink. That is not juice. Stores like Aldi's and Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, they're going to have the real one that's going to come in a glass bottle. The taste may not be as enjoyable. It's going to be quite tart. But that's the healthy stuff. That's the real stuff. You know what I mean? Get yourself a juice presser so you can squeeze your own orange juice, right? We're talking about small little changes. Take it one day at a time. And it is going to exponentially move on. You're going to realize, like, okay, I have a great flow of work coming on. How can I quadruple that? You know, how can I have a steady flow of laborers that are going to rely on me providing work for them and grow my business even further and provide quality work? You know what I mean? Like, what it is that you do is so important. Me, I'm a designer, right? Like, you guys can't do my job. I definitely am not interested in doing your job. I'm not interested in throwing down thin set and laying tile and all of that. That stuff is back breaking. I hope that you guys are using back braces. Tighten up that core. That's the reason you should be going to the gym. If you're not going to go to the gym, look up some calisthenic exercises that you could do at home in your living room. You wake up in the morning, you have that large amount of water, you've gone to the bathroom, try to see if you can hold a 2-minute plank. If you're a grown man, right? You could do more than a 30-second plank. What is a plank? Look that up. It is a core exercise for your midsection that involves you being on the floor, okay? And look it up. Start working, make these small changes, because these changes are going to help and improve the way that you communicate with potential customers. When you go out into the marketplace, you deciding, okay, this is not for me to do. This is the customer needs to do this. Or you can recommend that they, get some design consulting, or you find a retailer that has all of that encompassed under one roof, okay? Or you call me in, okay? Like, I could just really make your life easier. You just pay me my consultation fee. I will schlep the samples. I'll go and pick them up. You tell me what kind of flooring that they want and whatever the case may be and what the price per square foot needs to be underneath, and I'll go and I'll get it. You don't have to do that, right? So this is a video about adding value to our prized professionals that do install work, that do masonry, that hang drywall, that do the plumbing. Like, you are the wind beneath the wings of someone that comes up with a design idea, okay? You are trusted. You're heavily trusted. So much trust goes into the work that it is that you do. From the homeowner, those that are writing the check for you, you are dependent on, right? Here in Miami, some people have a kind of like work ethic where it's like today and tomorrow, you don't know if they're coming in on Wednesday. It's like it's not a good thing. It's something where it kind of like it doesn't so much exist in New York, but it definitely exists down here in Miami. Don't be that guy. Okay? If a homeowner is expecting you to get back to them this week about when you can start, communicate. I promise you. It is better for you to give, it's better for you to communicate well and say, okay, I'm not going to be able to do this when you think I can do it, but I'll be able to do it for you. It's better for you to do that than for you just like to be a no-show. Don't do that, right? Don't have people who got pallets of stuff waiting on you, sitting out on somebody's loading dock, thinking that you're going to go collect it and pick it up, and then you don't show up. Communication is key. A text is more than sufficient for many people. Ask your client when you meet them, is it okay if we communicate via text? Not so much you expecting a phone call. Because sometimes the pressure of you having to return all of these confrontational phone calls all the time may not be the best thing for your heart. And I want you to operate in abundance, operate in flow, right? Operate in freedom, operate in happiness, operate in your purpose of doing what it is you love. And that's helping people put their homes together so they can be able to serve their family and serve the public in an efficient way. All right, so I hope this video is helpful. Please share this video with people that are in our industry, in the building and construction and renovation and design industry. Please share it with them. My IG handle is Providence Life Design. That's the name of my business. I'm a Miami interior design consultant, and I travel anywhere, South Florida, Broward. If it's outside of Florida, I could be there. I'll just invoice you for it, but it'll get done, right? Like, I'm here to make sure that your home is taken care of the way that it needs to be taken care of. So I hope this video is a blessing to you. This is Shamrani from Providence Life Design. Stay blessed and have a colorful day.